Good morning, pregame crew. It is Tuesday, June 6th, 2023, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:22 a.m. Eastern Time. Coinbase is getting sued by the SEC, and I'm just watching this waterfall. What a waterfall it is. Thank you for being here this morning. I really appreciate it. This is the pregame show. If you can't tell, I'm trading coin right now and I'm trying to get out so I can start this show. I took a short in it. That news is big. We saw what coin sold off yesterday with Binance being sued. So we'll see if this is a little bit overdone here, but overall bulls have to be super pleased with where they are. Pretty bad news for Coinbase. So welcome to the pregame show. This is a show where I go over indices, commodities, crypto, movers and shakers of the day. And obviously I get distracted by movers and shakers of the day. And I'm sitting here staring at coin, but I'm glad you're here. I'll take a few chart requests. Say hello to my friends. Audio visual check, please. Thank you, Wave. I appreciate it. Good morning, Shake and Bake. Hey, Renaissance Man. Greg, Card Lady, Train Man Dan, Topher, Alnick, RJ, Keith, Mary, Ed Cubed, hey Mal, Basque, Homebody, Marvin, hey Tess, Mighty Pawns, Taylor, Mary, Success, Casey, Hugo, Michael. Thanks. I really appreciate you being here, Wave. Hey Samwise. Okay, let me go back up to the top. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. No, lots of gold blocks this morning. IAU is gold, right? Yep. I just remember AAU, bring me back my gold. I had to do that for the whole, what is that table for chemistry? I remembered them all, like, what is that? Acetate, sulfate is C the hoe on the 232nd Street, C2H3O2. Oh, God. Please help me. Please. I've gone off the rails. C2H0. No. 3. Acetate. Yep. C2H3O2. Lord have mercy, what you remember from senior year in high school. That's cute, Greg. 6 weeks on holiday in Spain. How beautiful, Andre. Congratulations. Periodic table. That's what it is. Yep. Okay, let me go back up. You see, I didn't major in science. I had to take 2 chemistries as part of general studies at LSU because I was in a business major and I was just so happy I could get out of that alive. Okay, we're not officially starting, so I don't know if y'all ever did this, but there was one class that I just could not understand the teacher at all. I had complete disdain for the subject matter, Introduction to Pascal. And the professor, I literally could not understand a word he was saying. My accent makes English hard for me anyway, so someone else having accent makes it worse for me to understand. And so I would just like do the assignments that he had on the syllabus. I showed up at finals. I didn't recognize my professor. He had a beard. I didn't even recognize him because I had not gone to class. I was a pretty straight A B student in honors at LSU, but that was one class I was just happy to get a C, but I literally did not recognize my professor at the final. I'm like, wait, he grew a beard? Oh, I'm in a good mood this morning if you can't tell. Hey, success is inevitable. You spelled base in all caps. I'm like, did he just call me babe? Woohoo! Base. What you gonna do with that? What you gonna do with all that gains? This is super bullish. I mean, what am I supposed to tell you to do with this? 2503 coming in hot. Daily overbought. Back burner trades until it stops working. You're welcome for manna yesterday. I hope you got food, good manna, and manna USD. Okay, going back up. Did base. I'm sorry I wasn't very specific with base. You just have a major uptrend and pullbacks are for buying until bears prove otherwise. Good morning, Griffin B. How are you? So I started out with coin. Y'all, bounces are going to be for shorting for this name. I mean, this is a major boo-boo. Now, coin paid the price for Binance getting sued yesterday and Bitcoin having a weak day. So I'll be curious to see how much follow through these bears can get, considering we already had the pre-sell-off yesterday on Binance news. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying it's going to be hard for bears to get a ton of follow through down here when the stock price has already paid the price for Binance getting sued. So getting this little bounce is not a shocker here at all. When we already know something, which we knew SEC was up against these crypto names with Binance yesterday, it was a reasonable assumption that coin could get drug into it too. And that's why coin sold off so hard yesterday. And now this morning's sell-off is not a surprise. Yes, they did the facts came through, but I would expect some type of bounce this morning. Okay. Good morning, George and Serrano. SMCI, yep, bullish chart. Pretty bullish chart. You're holding 216 support. Let's see where hourly oversold would be. Hourly oversold would be around 211, and that creates a small problem because then you've lost your daily uptrend. Do you see that? So that makes this a little bit clunky. And I'm looking for the least, the less clunky setups. I want a setup that's pretty crystal clear and clean. And I'll show you one of those from yesterday that I brought up to y'all that just worked out super clean. So this is clunky because your 1 hour oversold is going to get you a daily low or low. On the weekly, however, it could get you a weekly high or low, but then we'd want to wait for 4 hour oversold on that one. So just be careful. Planet Labs. NYSE, I'm assuming. Is this a marijuana name? It sounds familiar. There was a name called Planet something something. This is packaged software, so I don't know. Yeah, daily 200 MA is overhead. Daily Adam and Eve. Not seeing that. I see it on the weekly. I see what you're talking about here, but that's already confirmed bullishly. And we're coming up on the 50 MA, and you're coming to this zone of prior resistance. I'd be looking for a weekly high or low buy, or a daily high or low buy relative to 421. I have no clue, Tess. Paul White, I use RSI levels. It's an indicator here. And I turn it on and it tells me what RSI levels, where price would be if it were to reach oversold. And it's just an estimate, but it's pretty accurate. Okay, got it. Yeah, I have no idea. Tess wants to know if coin has a bounce, what's the percentage? I have no idea. But let's just say from the high of yesterday, 64.44, let's just say the low of pre-market's in. Then your bounce up here to 54.63 would keep a bear flag in play. So you could look there or at your hourly EMAs, which are up at 56.88. They're just not keeping up with the rapidness of this fall. Okay, that makes sense. Your 15.8 EMA lines up with your 0.382, 54.63, and that may be where bears look to jump back in on this lovely humdinger of a day. I officially get started 2 minutes ago. I should have already gotten started. I told you I was in a good mood. I'm just having so much fun that I couldn't stop myself. All right, good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. this is who I am. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter at ChartGalLori, check us out at chartguys.com. And what I do here every morning is I show you my table. And this morning I would call this a push, where bears and bulls are duking it out. Edge goes to the bulls though. I also have notes that are off screen. I copy and paste for TCG members only. If you are interested in this med table market environment dossier, you can click on the link below in the video description in this YouTube video and get a PDF copy that explains the components of this table and actually gives you a template to use if you want to revise it. Now, we could all complete this table and come out with different results, so just be aware of that. Make sure I'm on TradingView. It's all there. And by the way, I have a Q&A session next Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern on YouTube Live, where you can ask me anything, trading related, not trading related. I don't care. You can ask me anything. People seem to like that. They did it with Dan, and maybe you'll enjoy with me answering questions, because my answers are going to look a lot different than Dan. Dan's not very materialistic. I am. I like nice things. I don't think I'm super materialistic. I like a good bargain, but we are just different people in the best of ways, because he's the best. So if you're interested in that, you can tune in next Thursday. And I also have an interview this afternoon with Blake Morrow. He is a Forex expert, and that'll be published sometime this weekend. So be on the lookout for that interview chat with traders. Hello, hello. All right. So you see how this is kind of stacking up. 4-hour hourly trends are down, but come on, let's be real. Let's be honest. There ain't nothing wrong with that chart. That's a potential daily bull flag. So when we have 4-hour tiny downtrends without a lot of follow through, hourly downtrends without a lot of follow through, we zoom out and say, okay, what's going on? This is still a potential daily bull flag. No harm, no foul. Now, in my opinion, I have it written over here. I'll copy and paste. TCGers, y'all get these notes every day. And sometimes I show a clip of my notes to the pregame show. So Hang Seng was up 0.51. Things may have changed. Yes. Do I have futures? Nope. I typed that wrong. Okay, I was up really early this morning, so I must have been up while Hang Seng was open. Okay, so Hang Seng was not up that much, only they were down 0.05. And DAX has turned flat. All right. So XLE, XLV, and XLF are in focus. If they turn lower, bulls could be in for more consolidation. This daily bull flag potentially be off the table. In my opinion, XLV holds the key for the day, and semiconductors. Semiconductors have been taking a breather. We need XLV to step up here, and let's go look at that. Why is XLV coming into focus today? We are here at that daily 50 MA. It is overhead. A daily lower high is the more likely scenario. What does this consolidation look like, if any? And can they get even a potential inverse head and shoulders on the daily with a very shallow higher low and then zoom higher? If QQQ is going to take a break, this needs to be the point in time where XLV consolidates in a healthy way. I'm so aggravated. Ugh. I said I was in a good mood. Tried to short silver this morning, got stopped out twice and just pulled back. You know, this happens. It happens to everybody. So don't think that it only happens to you. It happens to everybody. It literally stopped me out by a tick and then collapsed. 20 pennies, you little... Brr. Okay, XLV. So XLV is looking green this morning, but I'm not getting overly optimistic with this green in pre-market. They tend not to have a lot of volume in pre-market, but this is super healthy. If XLV is going to go take out that daily 50 MA and that daily resistance, that would bode well for QQQ bulls who are looking to potentially take a temporary break. Who took the XLE short yesterday? Who took the oil short? I want to hear from you. That worked out perfectly. And this is what I wanted to go over with you as a clean, high conviction setup. We went over this yesterday and I said, I think I specifically said, you probably think I'm crazy. Oil just made a higher high. And that was here, literally right here. It's when I was talking about it. I said oil has made a higher high, but I don't like it with this daily 50 MA overhead and the daily megaphone resistance overhead. And we went over bullish divergence a lot yesterday. And I told y'all, I don't know why I was on that kick yesterday. It was just screaming at me right there. Y'all, it gets no clearer. That is a high, super high conviction setup for me. Looking for the weekly 21 EMA to hold overhead. Looking for daily 50 MA to overhead to hold. And then the megaphone resistance. That is super clean for me. And then let's go to XLE, which was my other queen of the mountain trade. And I said 81.13. As long as that holds, that's a double top. I like the short. Y'all, it just booted it up on a silver platter right there. 2% down on the day and now 4% down. So hopefully you were able to take advantage of XLE and oil. Then my other one that I just paused and I said, wait a minute, why can I not leave this chart? And I didn't touch this chart. Do y'all remember yesterday I drew this divergence here? And I'm like, why is silver just tempting me right now with a long? Why is it tempting me? That bull divergence was screaming, and we're looking for a daily higher low for potential inverse head and shoulders. And do y'all see that? And I'm not saying that trading is easy. I'm just saying wait for the very clear setups. 90% of the setups I see or I get asked about are cloudy. They're not super clear. Well, we have time on our side. We can wait for the super clear setups. We don't have to take these cloudy ones. Hello in Colombia. Hi, KK. All right, back to indices. Potential daily bull flag, you have your levels. NASDAQ, potential bull flag. Here are your levels. We're losing hourly support right now. Your next support is down at 1455650. You see how we're fighting to hold the Great Wall of Louisiana here? Let's see if bulls can put in the work this morning. And again, I'm going to write it here so you remember. XLV and SMH. For me, they hold the key for the day. They need to hold up. It's their turn. Tag, you're it. RTY is weak. So if I go do the fibs, we're all right. No harm, no foul. We're holding 0.382, but this still ain't super healthy. If you're going to short some, what did I tell y'all yesterday? If you're going to short something, short RTY, and that was yesterday around here. And it's still coming to fruition. Do you see this 50 RSI serving as strong resistance? We're below the EMAs. RTY is weak. YM is weak. And if we look at the fibs, no harm, no foul. No major damage done yet. 33452 keeps a daily bull flag in play. I think XLF is important. I mean, I guess you can say it's just as important as XLV. I just think XLV, when you go from, let me show you this. See how I can say this. Do you see here? Lower low, lower high, lower low, and we bounced and we got a double top. But do you see how this is not super exaggerated? Now look here. Look at this retracement. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. That's a major retracement there. And bulls have retraced almost all of that bounce, and they're here at this pivotal area. So I guess I could say the way I would phrase it is XLV is at a more important inflection point and decision point than XLF. XLF is definitely at a key decision point, but I think XLV is more extended into that decision point. Does that make sense? Into this inflection point, they are more extended. So XLV needs to put the jets on or consolidate gracefully, or the market could roll over hard. I think XLV is just in a more precarious situation extended into that decision point. Okay. I go over Tesla every day, so just give me a hot second. I'll get there. Okay, we did the indices. Bitcoin is a mess. An absolute mess. This 4-hour bear flag just confirmed bearishly because of coin. Coin is a negative bearish correlation on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin had these 4 and 6 hour bear flags and it broke bear because of coin overhang. Ethereum did not break bear yet. 1777 is holding, but that's a bear flag. As long as the day is what? I don't remember that saying. I told my mom last week when I was with her, I need to write down all my grandma's sayings because I'm starting to lose some of them, and that makes me sad. And y'all, there are 300 of you and only 74 likes. Really? That's it? I only gave y'all a few nuggets. Okay, gold. Gold, this is not ideal, but this is a potential daily inverse head and shoulders. When you look at the dollar, it's healthy. Did any of y'all take that short yesterday on dollar? That worked out beautifully. Okay, dollar bulls have recovered gracefully, and now they're up here testing 140.403. Gold bulls want to see that reject in order to possibly get another leg up, a Lego, and put that daily higher low in place. We have hourly higher highs. Let's see if they can get a higher low compared to 1972. Right now, this is kind of muddy for me on gold. Silver, I like short, but oh well, missed that one. Just temporary because I think that silver still has this daily inverse head and shoulders intact. Oil, again, I'm looking for a bounce to short. I want a reverse back burner. So let's say 15-minute overbought. I would love another short on oil. And I have some oil short left from yesterday's setup that I told you I was looking to take. And we'll see how this goes. But I'd love another bounce to short. I have wheat on here because Ukraine, man, that played out already, darn it. Ukraine supposedly had a dam taken out by Russia, which is probably true, but I don't know. I'm not on boots on the ground. But they're saying this is an ecological disaster and could impact their grains. So grain exports from Ukraine would go down, and they bounced overnight on that. But when I was looking at it this morning, I noticed, here we go again, bearish divergence. I'm like, man, that looks like a good short there. And it sure was. You could still possibly get a short on a 15-minute lower high compared to 648 on wheat. Nat gas, I ain't covering that crap. Nat gas has a lot of technical tendencies and non-technical tendencies. Daily bear flag right now, short bounces until it stops working. Apple was a sell the news event. So why was Apple a sell the news event and Google wasn't? Because Google unveiled new things that people were not anticipating. Apple revealed things everyone was anticipating, but yet at much higher price points. A computer at almost $7,000, the VR at almost $3,500. They expected the new computer. They expected the virtual reality headsets. They did not expect those price points, and that was a bad surprise. So as long as you're delivering good surprises, price is good. They delivered bad surprises. So in my opinion, that's why it was a sell the news event on Apple. We're down here by the low of day, 178.04. You're looking for a reverse back burner on Apple for a short. They mentioned something that was close to AI. It was intelligent something. They use a synonym basically for AI. I heard CGC was getting delisted. I would confirm that on your own, but I did hear that. That's the same thing I heard. Okay, Amazon is strong. And y'all, I told you yesterday, and I'm going to be even more clear every time I come online, that when I have a clear setup, here it is. And when I don't see a clear setup. I don't see a clear setup on Apple. On Amazon. There's nothing wrong with this chart. As far as I'm concerned, pullbacks are for buying. But if the market's going to be weak today, I'm not going to be looking for a long in Amazon. So then it kind of takes it off the board for me. All right, I kind of got in a little bit of a, let's see. Here's a little soapboxing. Someone said they like when I give day trading tips or any type of tips every day. They love that. It's one of their favorite parts of the show. So here you go. I am not afraid to admit or embarrassed to admit that I have used a lot of therapy in my life. I've been divorced multiple times. I come from a super religious background, and that's about all you need to know. And I am a terrible overachiever and work too hard. So with all of that being said, people like me, if you want to get better, you seek out therapy. There's no shame in therapy. And in therapy, they teach you cognitive behavioral therapy tools. Now, if you're a pathological liar or narcissist, they don't teach you tools. They try to help you understand and learn sympathy and empathy and right from wrong. But cognitive behavior, and if you're a therapist, Lord, please don't get upset with me today. I should also mention I am not licensed to give you this type of assistance. However, I think it would help just about anyone, any friend you have. If you tell them these things, it should help. So if I was in a rut at work, let's say I was lacking creativity, my therapist would say, change the seat that you sit in, rearrange your desk, move your monitor. It sounds stupid. Change your environment. Go to a coffee shop. You need to be inspired. So doing these minor little details, it seems minor, but if you've read the book Atomic Habits, and I'm going to botch this, in the book Atomic Habits, he starts out the first or second chapter with, if you were taking off from New York and you adjusted your coordinates by 1 degree to the south, and your goal was to go from New York to Los Angeles, you would end up in Mexico. That's how the difference of 1 degree could take you off trajectory. Well, the same thing is in your life. If you change things in very minor ways every day to make your life better, you can change the trajectory of your success, your life in a good way. So if you're in a rut, change who you listen to. If you're listening to the same Squawk Box or CNBC or another trader and they're getting you jumping all around, turn them off. Turn on brown noise. Green noise is the new thing that Calm, the app, tells you to listen to. Change it. If you write down notes in a notebook, get a different notebook. Change the color of the pen. It's stupid, but it's true. Change the tickers you watch. Get more sunlight. Take more breaks. Create more moments of gratitude. Because gratitude, in my opinion, this is an opinion, brings about abundance. And in trading, that's what we're searching for, is abundance. Well, you just got to be grateful for what you have, and then that comes naturally. Make a list of your trading requirements. Now we're getting more technical. And then don't take the trade unless all your requirements are made. These are all cognitive behavioral therapy tools that I encourage you to play around with and see if they help your trading. Brown noise is amazing. Yeah. Oh, take a cold shower. That's a really good one. Get in a sauna. Go for a long walk. Absolutely. Oh, good, Ed. I'm glad you use it. But amazing book, Atomic Habits, and I like Thinking in Bets by Annie Grace, because, is that her name? Annie Dukes, sorry. And the book just basically says stop resulting. Just because you take these steps, let's say you eat right, you exercise, and then the next day you don't lose weight, you're resulting. You're basing what your activities are as to whether you're successful or not based on the result. Well, some things take time. Same thing with trading. Don't get focused on resulting just because you had a bad outcome. As long as you followed the process, keep going. All right. Okay, so let me go back to my list because I've obviously derailed greatly, but y'all know I love what I do and I get super passionate about it. NVIDIA sideways action, no clear setup for me. Here's what I'm looking at in NVIDIA. I see a faux head and shoulders on smaller time frames on lots of names that have bull flags on higher time frames. And I'm just wondering if that's what's happening right now with the 4 hour on NVIDIA showing a head and shoulders to scare some bulls out and then possibly resume higher on the weekly. What do I tell y'all here every day? Sideways consolidation is healthy. It's consolidating in time and not price. NVIDIA is super, super healthy. I have a hard time shorting NVIDIA, even with the knowledge that we got so many gaps below. I don't care. This has been bullish. It has been bullish. So if I'm not going to short it, I for sure as heck ain't. If I'm not going to go long, I'm not going to short it. I think this pattern behooves and benefits the longs. You're welcome. Y'all are so cute. I love when y'all appreciate some of my, and I know that I'm not the typical technical analysis streamer, but there's literally nothing typical about me. So why would I fit some type of cookie cutter mold? That ain't my style. Okay, on Tesla, 4 hour hourly EMAs are holding. Edge goes to bulls as long as this remains the case. Y'all, where are those EMAs? They're below price. Where are those EMAs below price? Where are those EMAs below price? Where are those EMAs below price? 15 minutes, the only one that has EMAs slightly overhead. Bulls are consolidating in time and not price. Edge goes to the bulls. AI. I listened to EI again this morning by Nelly because I hear AI so much it makes me think of that name. This is a strong setup with a major bounce from the support off the daily. It broke the inside bar, bear, hit 30.26, held, and what a bounce. What a bounce. %. This is on watch for a 5-minute back burner. Let me give you my wait, where's my arrow? Let me give you my Queen of the Mountain setups right now, since I'm kind of going slow toward the end because of my derailment that I'm not sorry for. Okay, AI is strong. I'm looking for a back burner setup. BITI, I'm looking for a potential long. This is a mechanism to short that potential 4 hour bear flag. Now remember, I typed this 3.5 hours ago. It has since confirmed the bear flag. So I like reverse back burners on Bitcoin to go long BITI, which is a way of shorting Bitcoin in your broker platform. LRCX, now this gap down, I don't trust. Let's see if they fixed it. No, it's a real gap down. We are looking for a daily higher low on LRCX. And I think a gap down in this situation could be a great buying, high risk buying opportunity. Again, low volume and pre-market. If it can stay around 595, this is a dangerous one with a big spread. So be careful out there. Your next support is 595.23. I like a long against 595. And then if you're wrong, wait for the 2-minute trend change on shorter. That's not a 2-minute trend change. Wait for a 2-minute trend change on a shorter term time frame and put your stop below the last higher low for a potential long. LRCX has been a screaming bull, and this consolidation hasn't been great, but I think this gap down could mark a temporary bottom. You have a fantastic day, Jekyll. Basque, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Y'all are so sweet. Okay, Netflix. Netflix isn't as cute as everything else. I like Netflix for a short. Okay, where did I show my... Here's my names here. Sorry. I just went over. Come on. LRCX gap down may be for buying. Netflix hourly lower high top fish setup possible. Coin, Riot, and Mara, I would be looking for reverse back burners, meaning 5 and 15-minute overbought conditions for potential shorts on those three names. They are in a precarious situation with Bitcoin weakness. Bounces are for shorting on those three names. And if you're wrong, stop out and stop out quick. All right. I love you all. Y'all get out there and kill it. But remember, we are not under a time crunch. If the setup is not clear, sit on your freaking hands, okay? It is our advantage we have as retail traders. Make that trade come to you, pull you out of retirement to take it, all right? Those are the only trades we're taking today. All right, use stop losses.